Isn't it crazy that in today's day and age, one of the most searched questions on Google for how to be is how to be happy? It really blew my mind that millions and potentially billions of people out there have been looking to Google, out of all places, to provide them with the key to the answer for one of the most challenging questions. In fact, when I clicked on it, it gave me a super interesting article by brilliant writer Yuval Noah Harrari, who is a best-selling author of Sapiens and Homo Deus. And Harari calls out so many things in that article that just really grab you by the heart and make you think so much. So he starts off the article with this very deep question. Humans are so much better off than their ancestors, but are they much happier? Such a deep question. He brings up the fact that if you were to tell your great-grandmother about your day-to-day life today, that you have running water, 24/7 electricity, fridge that's stocked with food, and on top of that, that you have vaccinations and painkillers, she would probably say that you live in paradise. And yet, what many before us would have thought of this as paradise, it doesn't really feel like that to us, does it? So in the same article, he mentions that social scientists have discovered that our level of happiness depends not so much on the objective conditions, but more on our own expectations. And the interesting part is that our expectations adjust to the conditions that we're in. So if things get better, we still want to achieve more and experience more and get more happiness. And when things become even more significantly better, we still don't stop, and we're still dissatisfied with what we got, striving for more in terms of achievement, in terms of possessions. They call this pursuit of happiness a hedonic treadmill, where you keep on running fast but end up getting nowhere. And if we just think of the last thing that we spent money on, whether it's a product or experience, whatever it may be, that we deep inside felt like it would bring us happiness, I just want you to look back and really identify a time frame during which you actually felt happy, and the time frame in which your mind quickly readjusted to the next thing that you were already aspiring to and desiring to have. And it's incredible how quickly that feeling of happiness goes away. And the group of people that I guess I relate to the most in the studies of happiness and the mind is evolutionary biologists, who state that human happiness is experienced through one thing and one thing only. And these are the pleasant feelings that we get in our body. And these pleasant feelings are a result of the communication between the hormones in your body and the electric signals flashing in your brain. The thing about these reactions in your body is that they don't last very long. So these evolutionary biologists state that evolution isn't made for happiness, it's made for progression. And happiness is just a mere tool that evolution is using for us to continue moving forward. And yet most governments are still so focused on economic growth. And what the hell is economic growth? Why do you need economic growth? It obviously results in higher standard of living. Why do we need higher standard of living? It's because it's going to provide us with better medical care, with more money to earn, and bigger houses to build, and faster cars to have. But how much bigger can a house get for you to reach that peak of happiness? So after reading this article and also watching Casey's video as a reaction to Elon Musk's interview that just happened a few days ago, it really made me stop and rethink what I feel about happiness. I guess my point is that if we were met with a fork in the road where one path would take us to happiness and the other one would allow us to live our life as it is now and just being truly grateful for what we have, I think most of us most likely would choose happiness, despite not knowing where that path would eventually take us. The most important piece of all, I think, in today's day and age and in this consumerist culture is that we should really be careful allowing an individual, a corporation, or anyone for that matter to hold the key to our happiness or to hold the key to us being grateful. And now more than ever, it is important to step back and assess and observe, especially observe the next time that you have this desire to buy into something that potentially will make you feel happier, step back and assess why that thing or an experience is present in your life right now. Why do you desire it? Is it because you were scrolling through Instagram 6 hours of the day and may have seen it appear on your feed over 10 times? Is it because you've been targeted by ads with it? Is it because someone has talked about it and it has stayed in the back of your mind and now you feel like you need that item to make you happy? Just step back and assess. I think everything starts with being observant of what's happening in our brains. So essentially I titled this video How to Be Happy. And while I don't have the exact answer to it, I definitely know of the proven ways that provide you with long-term pleasant feelings, and that is being surrounded by your family, having a close group of friends with meaningful relationships, to be able to expand on conversations beyond just a small talk. There's so many tools and courses and whatnot provided to you for a little fee, but come on, you don't need money to pay to realize that everything you have in your life now, at some point in your life, it was a dream. And you may think like, oh Naila, you get to travel and you don't have any issues. I certainly do, and I realize that living in London has always been a dream. Having a partner that gets me has been a long life dream. Having a job and to be able to be independent has been always a dream. But even having everything, you know, I now have other aspirations, and I realize it's probably never going to stop because I'm a human. But more and more I learn about mental health, more I realize that what we define happiness is a mere equation of the transactions that happen in your body between your hormones and the electric signals that your brain is shooting. Thank you so much for watching this and sticking with me in my 30-day vlogging challenge. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you feel like someone needs to watch this video and get this message, please feel free to share this. I would really appreciate it. And just take care of yourself and step back, realize that the world isn't ending, take some time for yourself, and know that nothing will make you happier but the people that are closest to you, and learning how to be grateful for everything that you have around you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Mwah.